Hi there, Robin here, and today we are talking about the actual 50-foot LED strip, which is 3 packs of LEDs, including the remote control, AC adapter, and some extra clips, and well, nice little extra 3M stickers. Now I'm going to show you how all this works, so this way you can get as much life out of your lights, and they're going to stay hung up where you want to keep them. But first, let's cover the lights themselves. So right here, this is the light package you get. You're going to get 3 rolls of these lights right here, which are all rolled up. And remember, before you start running them, you do want to take them completely off. But for this video, I will leave them on, and I will keep my run time per roll under about a minute, so this way not to overheat the rolls. Now right off the hop, they do work really well. Each roll has 96 lights on them. You do get 3 rolls of lights with it. Some of the important things people are always wondering is how flexible these lights are, and they are very flexible. So of course going this way or this way is not a problem because of course they're flat, they're thin. They are lacquer coated, so this way everything's protected. The copper will stay copper and not oxidize, and the chips and everything have a nice protective coating on it. Now this is not a silicone. There's no silicone on here at all, which makes them very flexible. Now again, because these aren't in a protective jacket or protective covering, this is not to be used outdoors. This is supposed to be for indoor use or inside displays or little showcase pieces you have. Now let's say this isn't the way you want to bend it. Let's say you want to bend it the other way. Because the lights are spread out well enough, I can easily just decide I'm going to fold the light over a little bit and then bring it back. And then now I have a nice fold. Now I'm not going to squeeze this the high heaven. I'm going to leave that somewhat soft, but the light will still work no problem. So again, how did I do that? Well, I simply took the light and I want to go downwards. So I'm going to fold it up just like that, 45 degrees, which brings the light straight up now, so it's facing away. And then I basically bring the whole thing over itself, and now it's running downwards. And now I can do a corner without cutting and having the solder do any kind of magic to it at all. Now, a lot of people are concerned about the quality of the actual double-side tape on it. And the double-side tape on this one seems to be pretty darn good, I must say. And it has a little bit of give to it. Now, the material is soft enough that it should bite onto anything that's a plastic or an acrylic or any very smooth surface. Now, if you are planning on putting this on a raw wood, something that's not painted or smooth, you might want to get yourself some foam tape. Now, this is extra, of course, and we go through a lot of this here. And foam tape gives you a really good bite onto whatever surface you're going to put it on. And then the lights can be peeled and sticked onto this. Now, of course, we're going to peel off the back side, peel off this side, and attach the whole thing together onto the foam. And this is going to give you a super attachment to it. Now, again, this is extra. Just look for 3M double-side foam tape. Included in this particular kit, though, you do get these nice little 3M squares. There's 6 of them here. And what do they do for you? Well, this is very handy. When you get to any of the ends here, these are heavy, and if you're mounting it onto the ceiling, this is most likely what's going to droop. Once it starts to come off, it will continue to come off. You can apply this right to the end so you get a good tight connection, or if you're having 2 lights joined together, you could even add it to here if you wanted to. Normally I do like to have it right here to give extra strength to the actual end of the wire. This is going to stop it from pulling down. That being said, they also give you, for extra security, they give you these slide-on double-side clips, which can also be used the same way. I can now put this over the wire assembly or over the lights. So if I was doing the corner and I was worried about that corner being able to take, I might decide to add one of these onto that corner fold. But this gives me something so this way the lights can get pulled on here, but the lights are never going to come down. It just hangs the wire down. It's very safe, very secure, and it's good for longevity. That's the important thing. Nobody wants to put up lights and 3 months later have to deal with the fact that they're always falling off wherever you put them. And here's an example of the actual bend fold that I put into it where I got my 90 degrees. Remember, I'm not interfering with this LED diode here or this little computer chip here. I'm doing the folds in between, and this clip now actually holds on really well. So if you want to give it some extra security right here, that could be a good way to do that. And this way the lights are going to stay properly where you want them. And again, that's a nice solid 90 degrees. I can do that over again if I want to wrap around a TV, that sort of thing. So now the important thing, what does this all look like? First of all, we are going to be plugging this in via an AC adapter, and the AC adapter is ETL, which is a UL certificate, and it's good for the US and Canada. It makes this a very safe power supply to use. I trust this because of that certificate. So I've now plugged in the actual AC adapter, and I'm going to plug this guy right into here. Now this control box is good for 2 branches of lights, because we have 2 sets of connectors. That's what comes in the kit. And besides doing multicolor, right on top it says LED control box, and it has a symbol of the music because this has a built-in microphone, so it will go with the music in the room. Now to connect the lights, just follow the arrow. So this plug will go in either way, no worries. But there is an arrow indicated right here, and on the string of lights there'll be an arrow as well. So in this case, there's my arrow, there's my arrow. I'm going to line these 2 up together, and I'll be able to plug that in. Plugging 2 sets of lights together is not a problem. You could go a single string, but usually you try and divide it into 2. Go to the left, go to the right. This way you can get all your lights running. And again, I'm going to line this up again. And here's the remote control. So we do have options like timers. There's a 30-minute, a 60-minute, 90-minute, and 120-minute, which is very nice. There's 4 different music settings to it. So when I hit that, it basically is now listening to my voice, and it's going along to whatever the beat is. You have 4 options in total there, which includes the strobe options, and then the solid color movement, which is nice. And then again, solid color with strobing option to it, which is nice. That's the 4 options right across the top. Then we have the solid color options going right through. Then you have all the basic, the fade options, the flash, different mode settings, and then you have brightness, and then you can increase or decrease any of the effects modes there are by using the quick or slow down button. That is a full featured actual remote control. Pretty impressive little stuff. And again, our off and on, and it does seem to have volume up down option to it, which makes it a little bit more responsive to my voice. And again, another nice option to have right there. 3 packs of lights, 300 lights all together. So if you're trying to cover a lot of space and you want to have light everywhere, not just in one little space, getting the actual 50-foot package is definitely a great way to go. Remember, it does come with an instruction manual, which is basically covering everything we've talked about today. It's very pictorial and very descriptive on what's going on. It does also talk about some of the other options that they have with some of their other controllers. But overall, this instruction manual is very helpful. I'd like to say thanks for watching. Hope that helped you out today in your buying decision. Maybe we'll see you in the next video, and bye for now.